welcome for this new episode of the weekly community show for Embers Adrift. I'm Elloa, I'm the community manager, and I welcome you every Friday on Twitch TV for this weekly show. And of course, you can watch the video after on YouTube. You will find all of the information related to what I speak about in this show in the informations below, as well as the shout out to community member, the patch notes, etc., in the unedited version of the show on Twitch as a VOD. Thank you so very much for watching. If you like it, please like and share with your friends. It's always nice to spread the word about Embers Adrift. So this week we are going to speak about the patch notes, but it's going to be a smaller episode related to the patch notes because we don't have a lot of things in the patch notes. But there is some interesting discussion in the community about the desire or having specific weapon for classes. So we're going to speak about that, as well as the progression of the crafting testing, what players are thinking about the crafting so far. And before we continue, I need to warn you, this is the last episode before 2 weeks. There will be 2-week break, and the next one will be at the end of July. Thank you so very much for your patience. The patch notes. Please read them up on the forum if you want to know all details about this, because I'm going to go through them, not read everything in detail. This week there is no Alice Blue video because she's in holidays, but she will be back. So in case, subscribe to her channel just if you have not done it already. That will be great. She will publish much more video in future. So check her out. Wednesday, July the 6th. So what is new? This week is a little bit light on the content side due to the recent July 4th weekend. The client server and the team has been fully migrated to Unity 2021, which means we can start taking advantage of some new features in the coming week. That will be really exciting. It has been a long time and a long preparation work to arrive to that point. So I really hope that we are all going to enjoy the benefits of this change. Tech. That part is very important. Slightly reducing the experience gain from very low level green. It will be nice to have your feedback related to that particular point, because we already had 2 feedback from players where they are not super enthusiastic about that. So if you think that the experience with the very low level green is worse than before, do not hesitate to share your feedback. The more precise your feedback, the better. If you have the time and the energy to have very analytic feedback with example and proof and screenshot, that will be really excellent. So I wanted to point that out. So everything else is some fixes that needed to be done. The fixing issue with mushroom oil not being usable in recipe, so now you can make potion. Yay! Because last week we could not. Oh, there it is. New stuff. That's the only new things that we have for this week, but it's quite nice. Position indicator is now in color. You remember I've been talking about it many times and show it through my gameplay video. You do have an indicator showing you the position of your character related to your target. Now it's in color. The position indicator of your offensive target's nameplate is now color coded based on your primary weapon's position bonuses. If you are at a position where you are receiving the maximum bonus, the arrow will be blue. If you are at a position where you receive the minimum bonus, it will be red. And if you are neither of those, that means you're in the middle and it will be yellow. This should serve as a subtle reminder and help you take better advantage of your positional bonuses. So it's very important that in some case your weapon will have 3 different bonus. It take in account the best one, and then your arrow will be blue. But that doesn't mean that the secondary or the third bonus is not good. Let's say that as a secondary bonus you have penetration. Maybe it's not as good as your plus damage that you have as your first bonus, but in some case it can be more interesting to have more penetration because your target has heavy armor or is a defender, and so you would like to go through the armor. So you can still pay attention to that and be smart about it. That being said, it also helps you to know where you are standing and knowing what you want to do. Have you tried already Iced Coffee, the position indicator? Did you have the time to play on Wednesday? Because I tried it, it's quite interesting, but like I say, it's important to keep in mind that it's not because the arrow is red and that you are in a position where it's red that it is wrong. It all depends of how you want to play your character and how you want to take advantage or not of this positional bonus. But it should give you and help you out to have an indication, as well as reminding you, hey, position is important in this game. So if you want to take advantage of it, then it will be a little help. So that's it for the patch note for this week. So I thought we could maybe have a look at the work in progress, right? Because Undone, our tech director, has been revamping that part and changed a little bit and, so updated it. So it might be nice to have a read. So what is work in progress? What are we working on in Embers Adrift right now? 3 additional overland zones have had the initial art pass completed. So there's the Grizzle Peak, which will probably be the next zone that you will be able to see. That will be the end game area from level 40 to level 50. It's also the area that you can see from the red shore. You can see some mountain on the other side of the lake. That's Grizzle Peak. This zone is only accessible through Red Shore. And then the 2 other zones that will come next, which are the Gorge and the Highlands, that are not in game yet. So you will not be able to go through Grizzle Peak via North New Haven, but the area is just above North New Haven. The other zone are Highland, accessed via Midland, hilly region with sparse vegetation and water features, mid-level range, so approximately 30-40, likely to come after Red Shore and Grizzle Peak. In Gorge, accessed via dry food, large canyon-like area, mid-level range, so 30-40, likely to come after Red Shore and Grizzle Peak. So you as a player, you will always have the choice in between several zones if you want to go in there and have a change of scenery. That will be interesting. New Haven City initial art pass has been completed for some time, so we're now starting internal testing for a limited area. We will be moving bank, crafting station, merchant, etc. into this zone at some point in the near future. And actually, for a very long time, I've been saying that we will not show the city to the player before launch, but we have changed our mind, and so this is not true anymore. You will be able to see the city before launch. And that's going to be pretty exciting because you will have it's really an area where you're supposed to have a lot of NPCs, a lot of quests starting, and you will have all of merchant and services in that zone. It's supposed to be the big hub. It's the only city that you will have in the game for now, at least when the game launch. Maybe in a later expansion or whatever, maybe there will be another city, but to start with our game, and that's for a lore reason as well, you will only have one city. It's that one, so it needs to be good, and it will be nice to see you testing it. The dungeons. The prefab reorganization is complete. World building team is currently revamping their layout to work with the new prefab. The New Haven dungeon has been delivered. The next step is adding the spawn templates. So we should have soon, in the weeks to come, some dungeon, and that will be very exciting. NPCs. Most NPCs have been converted to an universal model that included the base plus Ashen variant. This brings us one step closer to getting the Ashen variant in the game. So the Ashen variant is like the beer you see in the trailer, you see? This ember infused, imbued creature, which is all fiery. They are currently waiting for VFX and lighting pass. We also need to address the design aspect of how those creatures are implemented and introduced to the player. And I know about that, I cannot share it, but it's going to be exciting and you are going to enjoy that. Quests. A number of quests are in the queue for implementation and testing. Quest data structure and internal tooling are currently being reworked. Text, some NPCs improvement and NPC merchant, UI quest dialogue redesign, tooltip improvement, new clothing and armor are still in the work, and the crafting to-do list to be implemented soon. Quality determined the final durability, more organized recipe merchant, and crafting and harvesting specialization. And then we still have the region upgrade system. Timeline 1-2 weeks, Ember Essence collection, and spending is next up on the docket of things to do after getting the new dungeon up and running. The first step for getting this in will be allowing you to collect Ember Essence, which will be followed by spending Ember Essence on Ember Monolith, region upgrade, etc. So that is all of the work in progress. I hope you guys are very excited about this. So you do have a kind of precise roadmap about what's up to come in the next week and months. And then the game will be kind of ready for launch. So a lot of new things for you to test out. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about all of that. So next up, the dungeons. I hope that the next dungeon will be very interesting and different. They are supposed to be much bigger because the dungeon that we currently have in game is the lobby dungeon. It is created for level 4 to 6. So before you leave the starting area. So you need to imagine that that version is simplified. The one you will likely to have after that will be much more complex and much bigger. So it's going to be quite interesting. Jericho is saying, excited to see what the city looks like. Oh, that's so cool. The city, what I know about the city, it's that you will be able to test it area by area. Not everything will be released in one shot. So some area will be blocked first. And Ranos is saying, I'm pretty stoked. I do have to say a few of us are very curious how the crafting system is going to unfold later. Yeah, and that's going to be our next discussion. So, crafting, it's our third iteration of crafting. So I'm going to take this thread. I will invite you to check it out. It's a feedback thread made by several players, which is ongoing. So at first it appeared quite negative, but then you have, you know, the feedback evolve a little bit. And so it's a interesting thread to keep in mind, and if you do have feedback related to crafting, that's where you will post it at the moment. Unless I'm doing a very specific focused discussion. But I think that will be good. So if you want, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling up, scrolling down. I need to stop to do that. My apologies. If anyone got seasick, I'm stopping. All right. So check out the crafting thread if you want to read about it, and if you want to share your feedback, utilize that one. So it is the third iteration of crafting, and it has been 2 weeks or 2 weekends that you guys had been able to check out crafting. So far, the crafting feedback has been relatively mitigated, meaning that there's either some bugs into a crafting system or some inconsistency, or that the system is not as satisfying as we want it to be. According to some of our players, it is a good base, but it needs to be expanded upon and therefore tested more, or there might be some different things missing up. So why am I talking to you about that? Because your crafting feedback is very, very important. But mostly what we need is to have more precise example. Because just saying, yeah, it doesn't feel really good, or I don't really know if my what I'm crafting is more powerful than this weapon or that drop. It would be very interesting to have some more precise and more analytic feedback with screenshot to show off and show the comparison between several items. So if you have the time to test that out, it will be extremely precious, and that will really allow the team to go a little bit further into the craft. It's very important, because if you don't think that our crafting system is not satisfying, if it's lackluster or the system is not perfect, we need you to tell us. If no one is telling us, or just 1 or 2%, we are not going to revamp the craft. We are not really going in the right direction, and then our system at launch will not be on par with what we want. So your feedback is extremely precious. So I cannot encourage you enough to go thoroughly, and if you care about the crafting and you want it to be good, please give us some really precise feedback with example, with screenshots, and with some analysis about the system. Thank you so very much for participating and for testing. So Iced Coffee is saying, I know this is not the place, but one thing I really like about the crafting is that what you craft is useful. A lot of MMORPG have you craft 1,000 useless items so you can craft one useful one. Yes, and we want our system, our crafting system, to be exciting. We want crafter to be as excited to craft new item as they are to find some drops. So one of the things we have been doing for the early level of crafting, you can only craft certain type of item, while the drops will be for some other item. For example, you cannot craft a chest piece or a belt or a helm item. You can craft some gloves, you can craft some boots, certain things like that. And that is for ensuring that crafting and dropping are both equally exciting, and you can make the crafting item strong and you can make the dropped item strong, and it will not walk on the feet of each other, so to speak. So because otherwise some way of doing will be more desirable than some other. Here you basically need both. If you want to be the most efficient, you will need both. That being said, some people are also not super convinced about the enjoyment of that. So, if you have something to say related to that specific point, please share it as well. So that's for the crafting. I will make a post about it. That's fantastic, Kronos. It's exactly what we need. We need good feedback, and if you hear, because there is a lot of discussion that happen on the global chat, and you guys, if you see some people that are unhappy with the system or that are discussing about it, also try to push them to give their feedback. That will be really, really useful. It will help us a lot, even if it's a small feedback, but the more analytical the better, with screenshot the better. That will really give us a precise idea whether it's a bug and it should be changed and just corrected, or is it a fault in the system. You see, that's very important to know. So Ranos is saying maybe introduce those droppable only item like helm, chest, have recipe that are rare drop off named mob loot table. I think that could be exciting, but I'm not sure we are there with the possibility of having recipe as a drop yet. But this is something that I would like to see as well. Some the dropped recipe that are rare as well, you know? And that could be very exciting. And I think it will also push crafter to go and venture the dungeons or try to get the rare mob or purchase it from other player. Because it will make adventuring very desirable for crafter. And then it will be as exciting. You could have a very rare drop or you could have a very rare recipe. We will also have soon the specialization in crafting. And I know that the specialization will open some of those recipes that you... some of those armor or weapons that you cannot craft yourself and that you're supposed to have via drops only. When you are going to specialize, you will be able to craft those items. So in the end, you will be able to craft an helm, for example. Yes, exactly, Ranos. It's because at first we really saw that either one felt bad, either crafting didn't felt really satisfying because it felt like the loot were always better, or it felt like crafting was too powerful. Therefore, crafter were crafting everything, and once you had crafted equipment, you didn't need to farm anything. So looting items were not exciting. I think that's the first iteration of crafting that we had in game. Crafting was really good. It was very exciting. So yes, in the first iteration of crafting, you could craft really good item, but then it make looting item not fun. Because yeah, you had your super armor with plenty of exciting statistic, and you were going into the dungeon and you had just a white item with no stat on it. Alright, another really... I agree, dungeon should have better gear. So it might be that too. We don't really want also you to swarm with like too much loot, right? You still need to be seeking for it. Trying to find named boss, for example. And so yeah, the balance need to be balanced. But your feedback, like usual, is really interesting. It's very needed to know what you think about how the game is at the moment. Obviously, there's also this aspect where you can be lucky or you can be unlucky. For example, last weekend Raven Storm was farming the Thief Blade. He killed 400 thief and he count them all. So it was because he's the kind of beta tester to really do things thoroughly and take notes and screenshot and that kind of things. So he counted them all. 400 no thief blades. I went Wednesday with the dev group, the test before the tests. And we were joking because Undone really wanted to have the Thief Blade, and I told him, you know, it's very rare. You will very unlikely get it right now because Ravenstorm didn't got it after 400 kill. The first thief we killed, the blade dropped. No joke. And that was not a GM hack. It was just like that. The first kill, he got the blade. And then after that, we had the glove twice. So there is also a part of luck, especially when you have a very rare item. Sometimes it drops, sometimes it doesn't. So you can be a very unlucky person and do all of your Embers Adrift experience with just sucky item. I don't know how long it took him, but probably, yeah. Especially if you're well organized and, you know, going. So Ranos is saying, yeah, the dungeon has like 4-6 named down there. The spider lovingly known as Jillian drop a good dagger. Oh, but I've never seen the spider, I think. And I've been doing in that dungeon a lot. I've been organizing groups weekend after weekend in that dungeon. But that's quite exciting. And like say Undone, well, the nice things with named boss is that you believe they don't exist. But it still need to be somewhat balanced. So you're a new player, you don't know anything about the game, you have some chance to find a named boss. And want to go back into the dungeon to find more named boss. In any case, dear friends, if you have some feedback related to the crafting system, please give it so. And the more detail, the better. Thank you so very much. Now let's speak about another subject, which is a suggestion from Blight Play. And I don't know his name in game. I know it's not Blight Play. It's maybe just Blight. But in any case, Blight Play is suggesting I'm suggesting for getting more specialist identity. Longbow, warden only, brigand, access to a crossbow, berserker, throwing axe, etc. Dagger, brigand, warden only, remove hand axe from brigand, etc. So basically, he kinda would like to have a certain class to be able to use certain weapon only. To that we are answering back, no, we don't want this design to be that way. And that's true. We don't want the design to be that way. We want players to be able to use all of the weapons they have access to. So as a summary for someone that just dropped into this video and do not know about our system about weapon, each role have access to 3 different weapon sets. So the defender have access to sword and board, two-hander mace, and polearm. The supporter, aka the healer, have access to the crossbow, to a one hand and a banner, or to the staff, the quarter staff. And the striker have access to the two-hander axe or sword, the double one-hander, so a two-dagger or two one-hander sword or two axe, something like that, and then the bow, the longbow and the short bow. So what's really nice is when you are choosing one of your spec, you still have access to all those weapons, and all of your abilities give access. You can use all your abilities with all the weapon. Basically, you do not need to have a specific ability for a specific weapon, and that's what we wanted. We wanted to give players that flexibility so they could swap weapon the way they wanted, or depending of the situation or their taste, and still use exactly the same abilities. However, we do have a very interesting little proposition by Atrion, which is jumping into the discussion and suggesting to have unique weapons that are associated with a specific class and that have bonus that are only useful to that particular class, like slightly reducing the cooldown of a specific ability or modifying it some other way. For example, you could have a berserker axe or warden bow that slightly improve one of their core skill, and as such are only useful to that one class. Other classes can theoretically wield them, but since they don't have that skill, there is no payoff to it, since those weapons will take a trade-off in their stat budget elsewhere. They shouldn't be pure best in slot for their class either, just if you want to make a specific build around the abilities they modify. And I think that proposition is really interesting, because it does not remove the flexibility that you have as a class to be able to use any weapon that you want for your role. For example, you can be a berserker using 2 bow. I've done that before, it was fun. You don't have to use the axe. You can be a double dagger berserker, very fun too. I think that's interesting. But to have some specific weapon that will beneficiate your class and improving one ability, that would be very exciting. So I said coffee saying like Diablo 3, where you had gear that any class could use but had bonus specifically to one class. Yeah, I think that will be a little bit the same case. So you will imagine, like here, give some example. Actually, they are pretty good. This is just random IDs, but it really illustrates what he's saying. Gruesome trophy, reduce the cooldown of Terror of War. Repeating crossbow, add an additional hit to salvo. You know, all that kind of things that will make you, if you see that weapon, maybe you will want to build up your character differently. Or maybe you have a build that makes this weapon, specific weapon, very desirable, and you will want to hunt for it and farm it to get it. Maybe you really love your poison as a warden, and you would like to improve those poisons so they last longer, and you need to find the specific dagger to make that happen. This kind of things could be really exciting and will make hunting specific item very desirable. At least I find that idea pretty exciting. While I didn't really enjoy the idea that Blight plays, sorry Blight, sorry Blight, I didn't really enjoy the fact that you have a restriction for a certain type of weapon depending on your class. That I don't enjoy. I like the idea of having specific weapon with a specific bonus that you may seek for your class, for your build, because this doesn't remove your freedom and your flexibility, but give you an additional something to seek for and to work towards. So I said coffee, isn't that a big coach change too? I'm sorry, I'm a programmer by day, so I always think in those terms. That might be. I don't know. I'm not a programmer. It's probably we are waiting for Undone answer. Undone has not been answering that. I've just been liking it. So there it is. But I think it could be, and it could be something that's added in future. Maybe we will not have that system at launch, because that's too much work for launch, but it could be added in future. Maybe you will not have that for the low level, and it could be an endgame thing, you know? And I think that could be nice. It's a little bit the same way than you had the set item in World of Warcraft for your class. You had that before they changed all their loot, and that was very exciting. So you needed to collect all pieces of the sets to unlock that one set bonus that will improve one of your skill, one of your ability. And I think that kind of stuff make seeking loot very exciting. And so this is the kind of things I would like to see in our game, definitively. And it could be for the weapons, and I think that could be fun. Here we go. Hello, hello girl. So what do we have? So that's all the material I've been dropping. Oh, it's going to be the evening. Oh no, the sunset. Oh guys, it's true. When I'm streaming, the game is always the night. So let's enjoy this moment of clarity before the night fall off as I'm playing the game. So I've been playing a lot the last weekend, organized a lot of groups. It was very fun, and I have now a level 6 defender, a level 7 striker, and a level 11 supporter. It's also why I'm not like having a level 20 character already, like some people here in the chat. I'm not thinking at all about Ranos. Not at all. By the way, friends, I'm going to do a shout out for Coach Ranos. He's streaming every weekend Embers Adrift. And he's much further in the game than I am. If you want to see high level content, check Coach Ranos. He has a very efficient group. You're not the big Karina, but you're going to be the big Karina. Hey, Ranos, it's the beginning. That's how you establish yourself. You start like that, and you start small, and then you become big. Right? Oh, it's Arsene is 24. Oh, I thought you were speaking. Okay, nice. So, is Arsene Blight on the forum? And voila, we have the beautiful night falling. Must confess that the... Oh, nice. Prospector level 7. Really good. Of course, I'm cheating a little bit right now because I'm gathering when no one is around, so it's much easier to get all of the nodes. No one is there to compete with me. But at the same time, it allows me to also not really care when I'm playing with other players, and I can leave them all of the stuff, which I usually do. But this time I really want to try crafting myself and have a nice overview and have an opinion about it. And I think I need to do that. Therefore, here I'm taking all the nodes when no one cares, which is good. It's good for me, it's good for you. Oh, Arsene and Fab. Okay. Why you guys don't have the same name in-game than in the forum, right? And on Discord, getting us all confused. I'm voting for everyone having the same name everywhere. Like I do. Wait a second. Is it malachite here? No, it's just flower. Of course, the night is not the best moment for finding mine and stuff. It's not like it's impossible, but it's a little bit more complex, more difficult to do so. It will just do one turn of the zone. Oh, that's very nice. I can keep my torch when I'm mining. What would be really cool is to have some helm with a little light. That's could be, because everyone was speaking about the belt, but the helm could be nice too. You have a prospector helm with a little candle on top of your helm. That would be brilliant, don't you think? And so you could have several items like that. It could be harvesting quest reward or something like that. The beautiful harvesting in the game. So now that I'm on my forester, obviously all I see is all of the mine that I could not see earlier on my prospector, which has a tendency of being frustrating. But right now, what we are doing is gathering. Oh, more mine. Oh, God. So this is for this reason, the frustration reason, then a lot of people are prospector and forester on the same character. And in all honesty, the next wipe, I'm totally going to do that. Because it is too frustrating to arrive. Okay, now nice, I have a nice little flower, but I'm just next to mine and I cannot take the mine. So, yep. Maybe I will even do that right now. So, I've taken, yeah. Well, I can give up on that. I can give up on that and then take minor. You know what? I'm doing that immediately. Alright, I forget the base roll. Yes! I forget it. Striker, forester, alright. So I try to not be too crafter, too harvester on the same character. I honestly try to. But no, it's too interesting to be too... There we go, prospector. Yep, there we are. Otherwise it's frustrating. Right. Repair individual. No, I don't need to. There it is. Yeah, here it is. I have all the things. Do I need to sell anything? Well, we don't care. Alright, let's continue our little exploration. And I am going to take all the mine and all of the wood and the mushrooms and the plants. Everything. By the way, do you hear a lot of threats in the background? Ah, here's my first mine. Let's go. Yes, and I have a malachite. That was a good idea. Brilliant. So, it's starting well. My career as a prospector is starting really well. Let's see how that's going to be. Yeah, because it's better to have one character you roaming around in a zone and you can do all the job on it. Which is why Forester and Prospector is a good idea, while Hunter can be, you know, that's not exactly the same. You do, it's not a big deal, yeah, but it's a big deal for my video. I was trying to record something for YouTube, but he's chatting too much. His voice is too loud. He make an effort too at the moment. So I'm really trying to have a very powerful sound gate, but it's not enough. At some point we will have I will have an office. Alright, I'm going to grab this short. And that one too. Let's make it a little bit more challenging, alright? Let's do that. There. 3 shots. Woohoo! Oh shit! Yeah, I have 3 shots. But our friend is having also something. Did you win yet? Yes. Yes, I win many things. Look at that. Look, I have 3 shots on my face. Isn't that really beautiful? I'm going to halt that one. And then, come on. Oh, they are both halted. Okay, fine. There we go. Look at that. But how do you feel, Cyanite? You must be also excited to see Rita that join you. That's going to be fun. You're going to start your second work? Oh, nice! Enjoy. You can always promote yourself, by the way. So, guys, Tigan is going to stream. He's streaming Sim 4. So, if you want to check him out, he's a really, really, really nice person. Enjoy. Rita Wu says Cyanite. Yeah, sure, Cyanite. By the way, will you come back to streaming, Cyanite? Button stopped working? Oh, Sigvaldison, thank you for staying so long. You take care of yourself. I hope you will have a lovely weekend. Thank you very much for all of the support. She sent me about 60 messages a day about visiting. I hope it's all good. And I speak English. Yeah, he's doing. No. Yeah, thank you so much, Sigvaldisan. But I will be continuing to chat on Discord and that kind of thing, so I'm not completely gone. It's just that I will not be streaming. And still, there might be some stream. Some random stream in a hotel room or something with Rita. It's slightly laggy. Okay. Sometimes that happens. You can also go in your video setting and be sure that the shadow distance and especially the grass distance is not too high. Also, you can lower your frame rate limiter and put it to, you know, 30 FPS or 60 FPS. I put it 30 FPS because I'm streaming at the same time. So you can see if it's work better for you. You also try keeping the screen in my new each screen laptop. Want to explore a bit, Ishabu? Now that you're level 3, congratulations, by the way. Cheers. Thanks a lot, Gavenge. Was nice hanging with you. Thanks for taking care of Ishabu. Yay! Full derp, but that's nice. It's nice to do full derp. Right. So, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to look for more. Yes, that's good. That's good. Okay. Anyone wants to join a little lobby group for South New Haven adventures? All right. Let's get and explore a little bit for Ishabu. We can go to the new village. Let's go to the new village. Need to be sure that Ishabu is following. Yes, Ishabu is following. That's nice. There's a mushroom here. The mushroom are, you need to be a forester to be able, and then if you have taken a profession, you need to equip the tool in your equipment. That's very important because you have taken a profession and you have not equipped your tool. Until you have not your tool equipped, you cannot loot anything. Alright, let's go here to take the second ember ring. Look at this, you see this beautiful monolith over there? A nice monolith circle. We will find an ember ring over there. Mad Martigan. In which game was it, Mad Martigan? Was it also in... Yeah, of course, it's also in Willow. Yeah, so that's Buff Morda, I guess. We can rest if we're a little bit tired. We have a little tired. There it is. Let's go. It's Coach Ranos, Kirus. So Roar is Coach Ranos. So Ishabu, when you open your map, now you can see that you have a second ember ring, that you have discovered something. So where is Ishabu? She disappeared. Okay, going to follow. There. So when you see your map, you see the saying. I'm going to show you something new, something different that you need to find, you need to discover. We're going in the woods. We need to be careful. Here at night, it's full of smuggler and thief. Oh, thank you. Nice. Nicely spotted. Oh, nice. Another one there. Perfect. This is really good. All of the copper that I have. This is amazing. So many copper. Alright, we have a rat. Let's kill all the rats. Rats are always coming. Oh yeah, I know I'm a real tank. I need to think about that. No, I'm truly the tank. Oh, you're going to stay there. Stay there. They're just horrible little rats. There we go. So, greed. So you have the loot window. Oh, now I can use pressure. Nice, I have a new spell. I'm going to check that out. See if it's good. If it's good or not. Oh, nice. Very nice. I passed this one because I got a lot of them already. And Curious didn't want anything. So here, Ishabut, this is an ember monolith. It's a beautiful place. It's shining in the dark. And then you can do some fast travel in future. Let's imagine they serve as a way shrine. Like in Elder Scrolls Online. It's a little bit like a way shrine, except that we only have one per zone. So we don't have a lot. We have some people. We can try to get a little smuggler here. I'm going to try to get a smuggler. We need to be careful because they are mean. we need to go back, otherwise we will have other. Be careful, Isha. Come back, come back. Otherwise we will have another guy that come on us. Hey, come here. There we go. Alright. Good. Yes, gloves. Maybe you want gloves. Nice. There we go. And bring them back here, so we're not too much in trouble. Good. That one was there. I'm going to grab the door here. There we go. Dum 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 dum. Some pressure. Really good. That's going to be some carcass for Cirrus. Really nice. Sitting a little bit to gain back my stamina and my health. All right. Let's get that one, smuggler. By the way, Curious, if you want to pull yourself, because you're the striker, right? So you could pull. That's up to you. Otherwise, I do it, but Yay! Want to pull? Someone? Maybe Shabu want to try pulling. You have no arrow, okay. Well, we need to go back to the shop. But fine. Okay, I'm going to try. Oh, target is too far. You're mocking me here. There you go. Oh, it's an annoying like that. Alright. Okay, fine. Yes. That's a tree. Might be a little too hard for us. I'm not going to pull that one. That's too hard for us. Here what we have? Tree, okay. Let's go on the hill. Follow me on the hill. Look at this beautiful sunset. Wait, we have lost Ishabu. Oh, here we go. Alright. So, and after we're going to the shop. Here it will be okay. That we can do. Nice. So Ishabu, I propose you here to pull. So you pick up someone and you bring it to me, and then I will tank it. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Sorry. Here we go. There. There is on my face. Whew. Perfect. Nicely done, Ishabu. Once more. I'm ready. Ready to tank. So we're teaching Ishabu how to pull, how to be a good puller. Because it's a role in itself to be a puller in this game. It's a role that has been abandoned many years ago, but it's back. Now you can be the puller. And so you can use the F button as well, the F key, to assist someone and to get his targets. So now I'm like pressing F to assist Ishabu to know which one she's going to target. Noji is saying, I still remember my pulling years in World of Warcraft. I was so nervous in Molten Core. Ah, yeah, I remember. This was awesome, right? It was nice to have this type of role. Alright. Okay. So here I'm going to use this. It's alright. We're unlucky here because they're a ranged character. That's okay. Hey, I taunted you. Look at me. Look at me. Ah, finally. Oh my god. Took a while, huh? There it is. Alright. So now look at me. Alright. Come here. Come here. Need to pull them back here, otherwise they are going to kite us. You know how they are, those guys. Yeah, here. So you stay on me, you stay on me. Yeah, you stay on me. There you come. Join me here. There it is. There it is. Right. No. No, 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 no. You stay on me. There it is. Those those are really annoying. There's basically only Shabu who can do damage. Stay on me here. So I love it those time when one had a role, not just to DPS and watch a meta. Yeah, exactly. That was nice. Good old time. Annoying little prick. So annoying, the smuggler. There it is. Finally. Oh my god. There we are. I'm going to rest a little bit. Computer is unhappy with the game. Oh, I love the color here. Look at this gorgeous, beautiful skybox. And then you have the planet here. I'm going to try to take a nice picture. Yeah. Just too bad there's cloud on top of the planet, so now you don't see it. That's okay. It's okay. Need to rest a little bit more. Trying a third device. Ooh. Yeah, I'm sorry with that. This is all the technical stuff. It is something you may want to see with Undone, which is our tech director. And Undone will be able to guide you in a better way. He's also sometimes doing, you know, you share your screen. It's really going through with you if you can't. Maybe not during the weekend like that, but Monday or something. So. Yeah, I am going to take this mine over here. Yeah, I think Ishabu has technical issue with the game, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm not really good in technique, so like performance issue it feels. Milk accident in the kitchen. Oh no. Oh, that's annoying. Milk is so sticky. Alright. Okay, you come on me, you stupid smuggler. Watch me. There we go. Nice. Very good. Thank you everyone for watching this episode. If you do have any question, please be sure to let them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or you find it interesting, please give it a like. It always helps us. There will be no more community show for 2 weeks in a row. But after that, good surprise, I will have one beta key to offer to one of you that are watching the show live on Twitch TV every Friday. So be sure to join the stream the Friday if you want to have a beta key and see the game for yourself. Thank you so very much for watching this. You take care of yourself and I will see you next time in August. Bye!